Picture this. You're packed and ready for your flight, only to find yourself stranded at the airport for hours on end, with no clear end in sight to the chaos. That's the frustrating reality gripping U.S. air travelers right now, thanks to a government shutdown that's throwing a wrench into the nation's air travel system. But here's where it gets controversial. Are we sacrificing safety and efficiency for political standoffs? Let's dive into the details and explore why this is happening and what it means for everyone involved. For the second straight day, travelers across the U.S. are grappling with widespread flight delays and cancellations, all stemming from a deepening shortage of air traffic controllers brought on by the ongoing government shutdown. This isn't just a minor inconvenience. It's a ripple effect that's hitting major hubs hard. On Tuesday evening, the disruption spread to even more airports, with Nashville, Dallas, Chicago, and Newark bearing the brunt of the impact. To put it simply for those new to this, air traffic controllers are the unsung heroes who guide planes safely through the skies, ensuring we don't have mid-air collisions. And right now, there aren't enough of them on duty. The situation escalated dramatically on Monday when Hollywood Burbank Airport in California went unmanned for almost 6 hours, relying on remote management because of insufficient staff. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy pointed out that some controllers are opting to call in sick, overwhelmed by the added stress of the shutdown, which is now entering its 7th day. He noted that in certain areas, staffing levels have plummeted to as low as 50%. And this is the part most people miss. These controllers are classified as essential workers, meaning they're required to show up and perform their critical duties even without getting paid during these shutdowns. It's a tough spot, balancing public safety with personal financial worries. According to FlightAware, as of Tuesday afternoon, roughly 3,200 U.S. flights were delayed. The previous day saw staffing shortages causing holdups at Newark, Phoenix, Denver, Las Vegas, and Burbank Airport, with delays ranging from 40 to 60 minutes based on flight data. By Tuesday evening, the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, implemented a ground delay at Chicago's O'Hare Airport, though it's anyone's guess when that will lift. Nashville and Dallas also face similar issues, as reported by the FAA. Nashville International Airport even issued a public notice on Tuesday, stating that all incoming and outgoing flights would be reduced due to the controller shortfall, leading to inevitable delays that would persist until further notice. Drew McQueen, a representative from the National Air Traffic Controllers Association, spoke candidly to News Nation about the toll on his colleagues. He described them as overworked and overstressed, especially since they're not receiving their paychecks. Air traffic controllers didn't start the shutdown, and certainly air traffic controllers aren't going to end the shutdown. That's up to the politicians, McQueen emphasized. He went on to explain the grueling schedule, working 6 days a week for 10 hours each day, compounded by worries about when their next paycheck will arrive. It's a human element that's easy to overlook in the headlines. These are real people dealing with real fatigue. This marks the second consecutive day of airport disruptions tied to shutdown-induced staffing challenges. The shutdown kicked off on October 1st, triggered by a failure among Republican and Democratic lawmakers to resolve a budget disagreement. The deadlock in Congress shows no signs of breaking soon. To clarify for beginners, a government shutdown occurs when Congress can't pass funding bills, leading to non-essential federal operations grinding to a halt. In this case, about 40% of the federal workforce, that's around 750,000 individuals, has been placed on unpaid leave, while essential workers like air traffic controllers are expected to continue their jobs without compensation. The National Air Traffic Controllers Association, representing over 20,000 controllers, engineers, and aviation safety experts, issued a stern warning to its members. It cautioned that participating in any job action, such as a strike, could result in termination. Participating in a job action could result in removal from federal service, the union stated on its website. It is not only illegal, but it also undermines NATCA's credibility and severely weakens our ability to effectively advocate for you and your families. This alert followed Transportation Secretary Duffy's remarks at a Monday news conference, where he mentioned a slight tick in controllers calling in sick. "You'll see delays come from that," he said, stressing that safety remains the top priority, even if it leads to some delays or cancellations. Duffy urged controllers to concentrate on their work without the distraction of financial concerns. Now, what they think about as they're controlling our airspace is, "How am I going to pay my mortgage?" he illustrated, painting a vivid picture of the mental burden. For more context, check out these related pieces, one on what sets this U.S. shutdown apart and makes it tougher, https://bbc.com/articles/quidzen.ep, and another on how government shutdowns affect travel, https://bbc.com/travel/article/202 how the government shutdown can impact travel. In a conversation with Fox News, Duffy explained that regulators would reduce the volume of planes in the air to address the personnel shortages. "If we don't have controllers, we're going to make sure the airspace is safe. So what we do is we'll slow traffic," he stated on Tuesday. Interestingly, pressure on U.S. air travel played a key role in ending a previous government shutdown back in 2019. That shutdown had dragged on for 5 weeks, causing significant disruptions to airline operations, including pilot training. On January 25, 2019, several air traffic controllers chose to stay home, leading to a temporary halt in travel at New York's LaGuardia Airport. That same day, then-President Donald Trump, in his first term, signed a short-term spending bill, bringing the 35-day shutdown to a close. It's a reminder that air travel woes can sometimes force political action. But is that a fair way to resolve these impasses? Now, here's the controversial twist. While controllers are barred from striking, some might argue that forcing essential workers to labor without pay is unethical, potentially risking safety. Others might counter that shutdowns are a necessary check on government spending. What do you think? Should air traffic controllers have the right to walk out during shutdowns, or is the current system protecting the greater good? Do you believe these political battles are worth the economic and personal toll on travelers? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your take.